Hi, it's Tyler McCoy for UC Political Science. This is my Week 12 posting on drug testing. Lawrence Wada was a 20-year vet of the Minneapolis Fire Department. He worked at Fire Station 19, which was across the street from the University of Minneapolis at 200 Ontario Avenue. Lawrence, or his street name was LW, that's how I will refer to him, was convicted of selling methamphetamine outside of Fire Station 19. LW was suspected of selling meth outside of the firehouse during his duty days, and a undercover investigation started by Safe Streets Task Force was begun. LW sold meth to a undercover detective, and he was subsequently placed under arrest at that time. Unbeknownst to the undercover detective, LW had previously been arrested in Anacoa County for drug possession also. On March 28th, like I said, he was arrested in Anacoa County for drug possession, and those charges were coming forward through that county. April 19th, he was arrested at Fire Station 19. He was patted down at the time. He was found to be in possession of methamphetamine, marijuana, large amount of money, and lottery tickets. A search warrant was obtained and certified to search the firehouse. Fire Station 19 was searched by the Minneapolis Police Department, and there was more methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, meth pipes, and marijuana was found in LW's locker at the firehouse. Also, another firefighter was arrested. Her name was Firefighter Ronning. She was arrested for possession of marijuana on herself and also methamphetamine. She was found to have 0.07% meth carried on herself. A third firefighter, which was not identified, was also arrested but not charged for possession of marijuana. So obviously Minneapolis Fire Department did have a drug problem at the time. Minneapolis did have a drug testing policy in their contract. After this time, it has become more stringent with random drug testing. It was just regional suspicion at the time. The two firefighters were fired from the Minneapolis Fire Department. LW was charged and spent jail time for drug possession in both counties. How does this relate to the Dayton Fire Department? The Dayton Fire Department and the City of Dayton have a drug testing policy, and they have absolutely zero tolerance when it comes to drug use on the Dayton Fire Department. The reason being, you use drugs, you're not only putting yourself in jeopardy, but also the fellow firefighters you work with and the citizens we are paid to protect. You know, if we cannot do our job because we're high on drugs or alcohol, we're not be able to do our job as efficiently as we should to be able to rescue citizens and save their property. Because of this, Dayton firefighters address alcohol and drug use not only in our contract, which is addressed in Article 33, but also in our General Orders 91 that has to do with reasonable suspicion alcohol testing. All members covered under Local 136, which is pretty much all of our members, minus the director and 3 assistant chiefs, are covered under drug testing policy. DFD employs 4 types of drug testing. Pre-employment, when you go for your pre-employment physical, if you're found to have drug or alcohol, you're automatically kicked out. We have reasonable suspicion alcohol testing. We can also do drug testing if you find drug or alcohols on your possession. So if we were to do a search warrant like they did in Minneapolis, they can drug test you. We do random drug testing. Every month, 4 units in the city fire department are tested. All of our apparatus are staffed with an officer and 3 firefighters, so that amounts to randomly 20 firefighters getting drug tested monthly. We also do post-accident drug and alcohol testing. If there were to be severe bodily harm or damage to vehicles, you are taken for drug and alcohol testing. You are to refrain from any alcohol use up to 8 hours after an accident. That way you can get alcohol tested. Also, if you have tested positive for drugs in the past and are on a last chance agreement, You will also be randomly tested. Follow-up testing is going to occur. Per Article 33, your first 12 months back from a positive alcohol test, you will be randomly tested at least 6 times. And the employee does pay for these tests in order to keep their job. If an employee is found to test positive for drugs or alcohol, they are given a chance to go through an employee assistance program for counseling, drug abuse, and hopefully they will kick the habit. They are allowed to return to duty then, but like I said, they will be randomly tested. If you are popped a second time for drug or alcohol use, you are terminated. Over the years, there have been several members who have been tested positive for drugs or alcohol. Some have been terminated, didn't make it through the whole program, but I also work with a firefighter that was a cocaine addict, turned his life around, and now makes a great firefighter. Also, when it comes to alcohol testing, we do not test for alcohol when we do our drug testing like some cities do. The only time you will be alcohol tested is if you have slurred speech, alcohol on your breath, altercation, get in an auto accident, or for some reason that they suspect you are under the influence of alcohol. We test for 5 drugs on the Dayton Fire Department. We test for marijuana, opiates, amphetamines, PCP, and cocaine. All of these drugs are tested on a 5-panel and are met to DOT specifications. Even though we do not test to DOT standards, they are held to that account. All of the drug testings are sent to a medical review officer. If it is a positive test, they will contact the employee and figure out if a firefighter is on some type of prescription medication that could give a false positive. If there is a positive test, the MRO directs the information to the City Human Resource Department. Only time HR finds out about a drug test is if it comes up being a positive test. All negative tests are thrown out. So if you have any questions, comment. Thank you for watching this video.